Hello, second grade. Today we're making action word bubbles. So if you've ever seen a comic, you notice that when something really important happens, or a loud noise, or maybe some unexpected sound, the way that the comic shows it is in a word bubble, kind of like looking like zigzags like this, or a cloud, or even the classic word bubble with the little tail on it. And then inside of it is that really important word. Well, this is a signature for pop artists. Pop artists use popular culture. Back in the day, it used to be comics. It used to be popular kind of fast food or celebrities and all those things. They use that as focus of their paintings. Our pop artist we're talking about today is Roy Lichtenstein, and we'll talk more about him on the second day of this project. For our first day of the project, we are going to finish today with something that looks like this, and then next time I see you, we'll finish it with some color. But for today, we're going to really focus on bubble letters and an interesting word bubble around it. And when I say action word, what I'm talking about are called onomatopoeias. An onomatopoeia, big word, is basically the way something sounds. So remember we talked about those comics? Zap, boom, kapow, bang, clang, zoom, click, tick, pow, chop, wow, oops, crash and crack, and zip. These are words that you hear or see what's going on. If you see the word bang, you normally think something might be breaking. Or kapow is like when somebody karate chops someone in a comic book. So you'll have your choice on what fun word or onomatopoeia you want to use. You can choose whichever one you'd like, and we're going to actually make it into a block or bubble letter. This is going to take some time, so I want today just to focus on choosing an onomatopoeia, making it into a bubble letter, and choosing those two word bubble styles. We're going to walk through all of this together for today, but I want you guys to just please remember that because this is a 2-day project, you need to have this close by for next time I see you. Because if you lose this part of the project, next time I see you, whether it's in person or virtual, you won't have this to work on and you're going to have to restart. Your supplies you'll need is just a blank piece of paper. You're going to need a black marker for outlining today, a pencil, and it's going to be convenient to have an eraser on the top because when we do these letters, we do some erasing. All right, so let's go back to this list. You guys can choose whichever you want. I think one that's really interesting to me is the zoom because we use zoom so much and also because it's a fun sounding word. So when we begin, I'm going to have this off to the side so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. Look how big the letters are. We're taking up the whole inside of our paper. So we're writing / drawing pretty big. When we begin our block letters, you first should just lightly draw your word. Now you can very lightly see my letters in pencil. My next step, you can either do this step with your pencil or you can grab that marker. I'm going to do it in the marker so you can see it better, but you can always do this in pencil again, just so it's easier to erase. My next step is to outline my pencil letters. Into my zoom. This is bubble. You can also do block just by adding more straight lines instead of that curve that I did for that more bubbly look. So once we've got our big word, and you can also add that exclamation point. I'm actually going to do that right now. There we go. Zoom. Once we have that nice and big, you're going to go back with your pencil and erase the inside of your letters because we don't want that pencil line anymore. All right, so now I made sure that my words are nice and big. They are erased, so all I see is that outline of my bubble word, my onomatopoeia. And now, if you look at the examples of what it'll look like in Next Time I See You, we see two separate word bubbles. In the bang one, I have zigzag lines looking almost like an explosion around it, as well as lines in the very, very background. This really emphasizes that word. In this one, I have a cloud with my explosion on the inside closest to the pow. Here are some examples of word bubbles that I have for you guys. If you want to use something like splat, you might want to draw a splat word bubble. This one is more kind of like a fluffy or zigzag one. And then these are more classic ones, like a thought bubble, or that word bubble with little lines coming out, that explosion one, and this one. On Schoology, there's that whole album of examples that you can use. And that is for you to choose which ones you like and which ones you don't like. First, I'm going to create this classic word bubble, and then in the background, I think I'm going to do some lines. So what I do, you guys would do this in pencil, but I'm actually going to do it in marker so you can see it a little bit better. I go and I circle, and I create that little tail on it. You guys can add any details you want if you want little kind of poof clouds, or you want little lightning bolts. I'm going to keep mine pretty simple though. When I add the explosion, I'm going to have it actually go off the page a little bit. And I'm using a zigzag line to emphasize my word bubble. There we go. So this is what we're going to do just for today, second grade. You are going to need to stop here, make sure all of your pencil lines are covered by marker, and erase any leftover pencil lines. Remember to choose whichever onomatopoeia word you would like, and choose 2 word bubbles to go around it. Then next time I see you, we'll get out those coloring supplies and we'll put finishing touches on these. We'll talk more about pop artist Roy Lichtenstein, as well as our color scheme we're going to use. Thanks so much. See you guys next time.